All right, fellow drivers, it's Frank, and we're gearing up for the CDL Class C Illinois test. A Class C CDL in Illinois typically covers single vehicles under 26,001 pounds GVWR, or vehicles designed to transport 16 or more passengers, including the driver, or any vehicle requiring hazardous materials placards. This means you'll need a solid understanding of general commercial driving rules. Let's hit the road with these questions. What is the most important reason for doing a pre-trip inspection to ensure the vehicle is safe to operate before starting a trip? A thorough pre-trip inspection is your first line of defense against breakdowns and accidents. On to the next one. You should use your low beam headlights when driving in what conditions? When driving in fog, heavy rain, or snow. High beams can reflect off precipitation or fog, reducing visibility. What's after this? What is the proper technique for backing a large vehicle? Back slowly and look out your driver's side window using mirrors, or get out and look. GOAL, get out and look, is always a good rule for backing a large vehicle. Moving on. What is hydroplaning and how do you recover from it? When tires lose contact with the road due to water, release the accelerator, don't brake or steer sharply. Ease off the gas, keep the wheels straight, and let the vehicle slow down until traction returns. Next on our list, how many reflective triangles must you carry if you are driving a commercial vehicle? At least 3. These are critical safety equipment for breakdowns or accidents. Okay, what's after this? What is the minimum following distance you should maintain for every 10 feet of vehicle length at speeds over 40 miles per hour? 1 second. For example, a 40-foot vehicle would need at least 4 seconds of following distance at speeds over 40 miles per hour. Let's move on. What is the correct way to descend a long, steep downgrade? Use the braking effect of the engine and controlled braking. This helps prevent your brakes from overheating and failing. What about this next one? What is the maximum number of seconds you should look ahead while driving? 12 to 15 seconds. This gives you enough time to spot hazards and react safely. On to the next question. When should you check your mirrors while driving? Constantly, as part of your regular scanning and before changing lanes. Regular mirror checks help you stay aware of your surroundings. Moving forward, what is the purpose of the bridge formula? To ensure that vehicle weights are distributed safely on bridges. This formula helps prevent damage to bridges and ensures safe passage. Let's consider the next one. How often should you inspect your tires during a trip? At the start of each trip and every time you stop to check your tires, or after driving for 3 hours or 150 miles. Tire problems are a leading cause of commercial vehicle breakdowns. And the next point, what is the danger of black ice? It is a thin, nearly invisible layer of ice on the road. Black ice is extremely dangerous because it's hard to see until you're on it. What's next? What is controlled braking? Applying brakes as hard as possible without locking the wheels. This technique maximizes braking power while maintaining steering control. Moving on to this, if you're being tailgated, what should you do? Increase your following distance to give yourself more room to react. This provides a larger buffer zone if you need to stop suddenly. All right, let's see. What are 2 main types of braking systems on commercial vehicles? Service brake system and parking brake system. You need to understand both for safe operation. What's after this? What is the purpose of an escape ramp or runaway ramp to allow drivers to stop a runaway vehicle safely? These are critical safety features on long, steep downgrades. Next question, when should you signal a turn? At least 100 feet before a turn in business or residential areas. Signaling early gives other drivers time to react. Let's get to this one. What are the 3 components of total stopping distance? Perception distance, reaction distance, and braking distance. Understanding these helps you estimate how much space you need to stop. Okay, what's next? What is the primary cause of commercial vehicle fires? Short circuits in electrical systems or fuel leaks. Regular inspections can help prevent these issues. Moving on. What is the proper way to check your vehicle's air brake system? Perform a low air warning test, air compressor governor, cut-in cut-out test, and static air leak test. These tests ensure your air brake system is functioning correctly. So what's next? What does a flashing do not pass sign indicate? You are in a no passing zone even if the road appears clear. These signs are often used in areas with hidden hazards or limited sight distance. Next on our list, if your vehicle is equipped with air brakes, what is the minimum air pressure required for safe operation? Usually 100 psi, but check your vehicle's manual. Operating below sufficient air pressure can lead to brake failure. Okay, what's after this? What is the best way to deal with a distracted driver on the road? Give them plenty of space and pass when it is safe. Assume they don't see you and be ready to react. Let's move on. What are blind spots on a large commercial vehicle? Areas around the vehicle that the driver cannot see directly or with mirrors. Always check your blind spots before changing lanes or turning. What about this next one? What must you do if you are involved in an accident? Protect the area, notify authorities, care for the injured, and exchange information. Follow these steps to ensure safety and proper documentation. On to the next question. What is the most important factor in safe vehicle operation? The driver's attitude and mental state. A positive and alert attitude is crucial for safe driving. Moving forward, what does gross vehicle weight rating, GVWR, mean? The maximum operating weight established by the manufacturer for a single vehicle. This is the manufacturer's recommended maximum weight. Let's consider the next one. What does it mean if your anti-lock braking system, ABS, warning light comes on? The ABS is not working properly, but you still have regular brakes. While your regular brakes still work, get the ABS checked as soon as possible. And the next point, how can you avoid vehicle rollovers? Drive at appropriate speeds for curves and always be aware of the center of gravity. High center of gravity and sharp turns are a dangerous combination. What's next? What is the purpose of engine retarders, Jake brakes? To help slow the vehicle and reduce the need for service brakes. They assist in speed control, especially on downgrades. Moving on to this. What does a yellow diamond-shaped sign with a curved arrow indicate? A curve or turn in the road ahead. These are warning signs for changes in the road's alignment. All right, let's see. What is the hazard perception skill in driving? Being able to identify potential hazards and act before they become emergencies. It's about anticipating problems before they happen. What's after this? Why should you downshift before starting down a hill? To use the engine's braking effect to control speed. This helps you maintain control without overusing your service brakes. Next question. What is the safest way to remove a large vehicle from a skid? Steer in the direction you want the front of the vehicle to go. Look and steer where you want to go and avoid braking. Let's get to this one. When driving at night, what is the best practice for using your high beams? Use high beams whenever legal and safe, dimming them for oncoming or preceding vehicles. High beams provide maximum when appropriate. Okay, what's next? What should you do if your steering system fails while driving? Stop the vehicle as quickly and safely as possible, using the parking brake if necessary. Maintain a firm grip and try to steer as much as possible while slowing down. Moving on. How can you check for loose lug nuts on your wheels? Look for rust streaks around the lug nuts or shiny threads. These indicate movement and potential loosening. So, what's next? What is the main danger of driving when fatigued? Reduced reaction time, impaired judgment, and increased risk of falling asleep at the wheel. Fatigue is a major contributor to accidents. Next on our list, what is the minimum tread depth required for front tires on a commercial vehicle? 4/30 inch. Adequate tread depth is crucial for steering control and traction. Okay, what's after this? What is the maximum height for a vehicle on Illinois highways? 13 feet 6 inches. Always be aware of your vehicle's height, especially for bridges and underpasses. Let's move on. What is the space cushion concept in driving? Maintaining enough space around your vehicle to react to hazards. A good space cushion provides time and room to maneuver. What about this next one? What should you do if your vehicle catches fire? Pull over safely, call for help, and use an extinguisher if safe to do so. Safety first. Get yourself and others out of harm's way. On to the next question. Why is it important to secure your cargo properly? To prevent the cargo from shifting and affecting vehicle stability or causing damage/injury. Shifting cargo can lead to loss of control or severe damage. Moving forward, what does a red triangular sign with a point down mean? Yield. You must slow down and give way to other traffic. Let's consider the next one. What is stab braking? Applying full brakes until the wheels lock, then releasing, then reapplying. This is a method used on vehicles without ABS to stop quickly without continuous skidding. And the next point, when carrying passengers, what must you do before crossing a railroad crossing? Stop, look, and listen for trains, then proceed only when safe. Passenger vehicles, especially buses, have strict rules for railroad crossings. What's next? What is the legal alcohol concentration limit for a CDL holder operating a commercial vehicle in Illinois? 0.04%. This limit is much lower than for regular passenger vehicle drivers. Moving on to this. What are skid marks an indication of? That the vehicle's tires locked up during braking or acceleration. Skid marks show that traction was lost. All right, let's see. How often should you complete a vehicle inspection report? At the end of each workday or trip, if trip is shorter than a day, and correct any defects. Reporting defects ensures they are addressed, maintaining vehicle safety. What's after this? What is the key to managing vehicle speed in bad weather conditions? Reduce speed significantly and adjust to road conditions. Always drive slower than the posted speed limit in adverse conditions. That wraps up our study guide for the CDL Class C Illinois test. Remember, safety and compliance are paramount. Keep reviewing, stay informed, and drive safely.